And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Nightcap, the final game of the Tradition in the Park Holiday Classic. 7:30 start time here in the Minnetonka Skippers and the Elk River Elks, two teams that our production crew know quite well. What is this now? This is our 6th game we've done of the Elks so far this year, Bart Archer.
Yes, indeed. Always
and
entertaining.
For the
We've
Skippers, what, is this about our 5th or 6th as well?
I believe so.
Getting the nod and goal tonight for the Elks is going to be Kyle Esperum, the senior.
Well, it looks like Ben Gustafson's getting back to the rotation. The goalies, Kojal had a pretty good showing, and now it's Esperum, and he seems to have his game in order as well.
And have Foss and Ferry on the blue line. Schultz will be up front, and he'll be joined by Michaelis and number 25, Zach Butchert. We're going to play hockey. We've already done the national anthem. Here we go.
Wow, they got some size in this Elk River squad. I think what the challenge is just Minnetonka speed, and it just seems like Elk River sometimes has problems adjusting to team speed, and Minnetonka can certainly bring a lot of it. But Elk River, they need a quick start, need to stay out of the box, need to govern the blue lines as best they can. But this Minnetonka team has been challenged in this tournament and prevailed. But I think it's good that the Minnetonka Skippers get challenged once in a while, long-term benefits, because you need to deal with some adversity to get comfortable with dealing with it. And when they've had success, and that bodes very, very well for Coach Goldsworthy and the Skippers crew.
Skippers control off the face-off. It's the dynamic duo of Litke and Doctor on the back line as they play catch with it. Doctor in control, the Bayless off the left wing. In on goal, Esperum the save. Funny rebound on him there. As we'll play this one to Doctor. Rink wide for Litke. As they'll regroup with Foss. Michaelis was there. Butcher, little line juggle here with Butcher up on the right side with now Michaelis and Schultz.
Yeah,
so
normally Humphrey's on one of the wings.
There's Humphrey out now on the next line as he's joined on either side by Mitchell Mass. And who do we have out as well, Bart? We're waiting. Oh, there he is. He hops into the play there. Jay Rickert. He's had himself a nice weekend.
Indeed he has, as Mass has as well, and Humphrey's been able to put the puck in the net. Maybe a little diversity in scoring is what Coach Gustafson's looking for.
Comey back behind Esperum. Plays it up high off the glass. Humphrey wanted to work through traffic. And now it's going to be handled at the line by Miller for the Skippers. Look like the Leafs tonight. Hockey night in Canada. Hockey night at the rec center, as I like to say.
Leafs against the Senators.
Oh, nice. Up high, it's Motzko back in behind the net. That gets away from a man. The big Karam will be gathered up. Played out of the zone by the winger Cole Tvet. Now to the near side. Chopped at with the stick of Nick Nielsen. Now it's Lagerback back in behind the net. Chopped off his stick, back behind. And here they come back out of the zone with it. On the move, that's Blake Johnson. He's stopped on the play. Getting a stick on that for the Skippers was Nick Henry. Turned over, look out, they're dangerous. That one by Henry off the mark. That hits Henry back in off the end boards again. Hendrickson trolling in front. Ooh, that one went right through the wickets. Back to the right wing side, fought off by the big fella Foss. Well, he's a nice-looking D-man.
Oh, absolutely.
And hard on Glockner, who's going to hang on to that one and cover that one up.
Well, he's so big, but he can skate and he can control the puck, but he can bring the physical game, but he's got a little finesse to his game as well. But zone exits are going to be key for this Elk River team. They were kind of quick to transition, kind of left themselves waiting in the wings, and it was Henry that got a pretty good shot on goal. Nice save by Esperum earlier.
He gets his hands moving very quickly, does the big man.
Oh.
Whoa!
That's a
slashing penalty coming up. Looking back was the Skipper's A.J. Kittleson, wondering what in the world.
Wow, that's going to be Foss. I believe that's going to go. Back in my day, that would have been a pretty good play, but nowadays it's a little bit different as far as that goes. But early power play. Early power play by this Minnetonka Skippers team. You really can't run to the box. That's one of the keys to the game coming in. But now it's up to them to pick up their teammate Foss. He's picked them up a number of times. Now it's time to turn the favor.
Well, now we know what that power play can do as well.
Did the net come off the mooring, or?
I don't know. I was working the scoring.
Yeah,
for the,
I think it did.
MN Hockey Hub, multitasking.
Very good, sir.
Replays, Hockey Hub. I mean, seriously.
I'd have to take the gum out of
my mouth.
my mouth.
A guy like LaPanta would do that? Are you kidding me?
No.
But he's not down in the hacks like I am either, though. Oh, that deflects up off the crossbar. Now it's going to be Lagerback with it. Along the goal line, Lagerback in front.
Oh, good stick.
Litke comes away with it. One-timer, Doctor hard off the boards. Greniak glass it out.
Well, Greniak lost his stick for a moment, and it really created some space for Minnetonka.
Nice job by Lagerback to keep that puck in the air in play so it wouldn't go for an icing off the stick of Glockner. Now it's going to be Lagerback. Puck is battle that hits. Talk about a lucky bounce. It hits Doctor right on the hip and keeps it in play, and they have an opportunity to continue the setup with 45 to go.
Well, the better you are, the luckier you get sometimes.
Lagerback down low. Down goes Motzko. That one doesn't get through. Puck is now played free by the defense. Nice work there by Nielsen. And it's going to be carried up ice by Rickard. He better hurry because here comes Lacombe. Wide of the mark behind Glockner. 25 to go on the man advantage. Doctor will gather it in out of the zone. Lacombe from the left wing. Another stick is sent packing. That's Lacombe's. That one they let go. And that one sent the length of the ice. With 9 to go in the power play, the Skippers with one more breakout out of the zone.
Well, pretty good kill so far by the Elks.
Now they're at full strength are the Elks. Miller back for Kroll. Under the stick of Motzko, he'll have to regroup to the near boards. He'll sling that one back in behind the net. Asperum gets over there quickly to cut it off. Nice job by the Elk River Zimmerman goaltender. Left wing, now it's Humphrey. They suffocate him in the neutral zone. And it's going to be poked away there by the Skippers' Nick Henry. Back up ice, Ferry finds Butcher. Sends that one, dribbles in on goal. Glockner, the save, he's going to keep it moving. That's what the Skippers like. Kroll is flushed out of the zone as he works the left wing side. Cuts to the forehand in on goal. And that's held on to by Asperum. Well, face off to his left.
We're pretty early in this game, but a lot of plays been down in the Elk River zone, buoyed by a power play for Minnetonka. But I think Glockner, that's his first touch of the puck, and we're 5 minutes into this game. So Elk River's got to get some forward motion going, but stay out of the box first and foremost. But again, a pretty good kill. Not a lot of great looks by Minnetonka with that potent power play.
Doctor over for Lidke. Back for Doctor. Look at that puck movement to Hendrickson. Steers that into the zone. Foss tries to submarine him to the wall. Can't get it done. Now back in off the side of the net. That's Wires it on goal. And that's stopped once again. Take a look at that on replay.
Well, Litke with the big clapper. His stick broke on that one. Didn't get a lot on it, but a pretty good sequence for this Minnetonka Skippers. Going down low, and you can see pretty good positioning by Elk River. And a good save by Asperum, held onto that puck. 11:21 left in a scoreless first period. Minnetonka getting some pretty good looks in tight on Asperum.
The Tradition at the Park, Tradition in the Park, presented by Tradition Companies. Had some huge crowds throughout the weekend. Very successful. Huge announcements, big announcements coming up for next year. Kiffin scores! That one might have been redirected, Bart Archer. We'll take a look at that one on replay right off the draw.
Absolutely, a good shot on goal. Might have been redirected, as you said, Pete. But there you see, just working back and forth. This defensive core for this Minnetonka Skipper team complements each other so well, and I don't care if it's Kiffin and Zitzloff, or if it's Miller and Kroll, or Litke and Doctor. They just work so well together. But Minnetonka early one-goal advantage.
I say Newhouse had that. We'll wait for the official announcement on that one.
If we can hear it. Sorry, whoops.
They gave it to Kiffin. Newhouse and Bayless on the assist. Then back the other way we go. Shot on goal there, stopped.
Yeah, that's a good thing for Kyle Esperum. Just to get, after you get beat, get a chance to touch the puck again. He made a nice save, face off to his right.
Lager back up to the line. Miller shot it on goal again. Stopped by Esperum, went down and took it out of the 5-hole.
Well, Elk River's doing a pretty good job of protecting Esperum in front of the net, so a lot of shots from the point. Minnetonka is very comfortable with that because they have players that can shoot back there, but Esperum had good sightlines on that, received that quite well.
Miller tries to play that one through. That's a nice job by Butchert. His team liked that block there. They let him hear it from the bench. Motzko carries this one back into the corner behind the net, goes for the skate, runs into the official with it, turns it over, but picked up by Lacombe. There's the official again.
He's a great defender.
And then now the Elk bench saying, where's the trip? Now Miller with it. Wrist shot, traffic, Lacombe the save again. Look at this, all sorts of stuff going on in front of the net.
Well, indeed, but Elk River's at least manning up in front of the net, but Esperum, I don't think, really had a good chance to see that one. Saw it at the last minute, but good positional save. But Minnetonka is very comfortable working their defensemen into the offensive side of things, getting those shots on goal because things can happen, obviously. But Elk River's got to get some offensive zone time. They have to get possession, but it comes down to mastering your own zone against Minnetonka. That's a tall order.
Hendrickson gets the draw back to himself. Nice little bump back by Kittleson. Ooh, they try to find the trolling oncoming Nick Henry. Henry gets it back from Hendrickson. Nice job to fight off a stick there. Henry from the corner. Played up to the right wing. Here they go with Mass out of the zone. Now it's Humphrey, watched by Litke. Back in behind the net. Glockner's going to swing the boards. There's Humphrey to play this one to the slot area. Picked up by Mass. He'll turn. Skated out of there by Henry. Ahead he goes to Hendrickson to the left wing. Now on the angle they go with it. Kittleson bumps the boards. He's going to play this one in deep. Now it's with it. Back in behind the net. Puts on the brakes. Kittleson tries to go inside out. Nice job there with the positioning. Now Ferry takes on Hendrickson. Back up to Litke at the line. Rink wide for Doctor. Doctor now plays up for Litke. Walks and shoots. Scores! Oh, posted in and a beauty. That's as good as it gets right there.
Well, again, a lot of the offense has been driven from the back line of this team, and it was Litke that took that shot, and I think it was A.J. Kittleson that was in front of Esperum. Really didn't get a chance to see that low blocker side shot about a foot off the ice. Boy, that's tough to defend. 2-0 Minnetonka. Elk River just seems like they're kind of hanging on a little bit. This is a good Elk River team, but they're just chasing the play in the zone. They're bunching up. They're creating a lot of space for a Minnetonka team, and that's not a recipe for success. Down 2-0, 9:18 left in the first period. Elk River's got to get the rubber on the road here.
Give Jet Lee Swift the second assist. Back up to the line now. It's going to be Zitzloff. They score! Hard work again off the side of the cage. And now suddenly it's 3-0 Skippers.
Well, again, it was originated from the back line, just getting the puck out there. There's plenty of room for them to move. The wingers are not really coming out to challenge. They're more in a defensive row. But a good shot on goal and just a nice follow-up on that one. And that's going to be, I believe Liam Worms is going to get credit for that goal. Just a nice follow-up shot opportunity beat Esperum. Now it's 3-0. Minnetonka seems to be having the momentum skating downhill right now. And I think Coach Gustafson called a timeout. Really a good time. If you get down 3-0 with 8 minutes, 43 seconds, just take a timeout, regroup, get back to business, but try to win the last 8:43 of this period and go from there. But this Minnetonka team, they have very quick hands, very quick feet, do a lot of stops and starts, and it's hard to play catch-up when you're trying to chase down the Skipper squad. Not an easy thing to do.
So the two teams talk things over. Jet Lee Swift with a multi-point effort here.
Making an impression on the coach.
Back-to-back assists for his addition. 9-1 are your shots on goal, and the Skippers have been pouncing on this game.
They're a pretty good squad. It's up to Elk River to respond.
The Elks had themselves a steady 3-period effort against the Edina Hornets, who I'd like to put in the same classification of this Minnetonka team. And another team we got to put into that classification now is the Chaska Hawks, as they beat Edina today 4-3.
Stormed back, scored 4 unanswered goals.
3-0 lead for Edina dissipates. Like a couple power play markers. And they, of course, reside in the same section as Minnetonka. Eden Prairie Eagles live there as well.
Well, it was Foss that took that shot, went off a stick, so it kind of fluttered into Glockner. I think Glockner's just happy got a chance to possess the puck. Not a lot of action, as you said, 1 shot on goal. So now there's 2. But an offensive zone face-off for the Elks team. Win the face-off, put some pressure on, get some confidence going, and just see if we can keep the puck in the Minnetonka zone for a while.
Well, he kept his focus, did Glockner. That's the tough part about the position when you're not busy. That one's offside at the line, as it was Lagerback that was racing across the line to try to make the play.
Well, one thing that really stands out about Minnetonka is just their zone exits. Out of their zone, they're so efficient. Just 1 pass, 1-2 passes, but they come through the neutral zone with speed. And it creates fits not only for the Elks, but anybody that plays against the Skipper team.
Skippers 10-0, looking to go 11-0. Nearing the midway mark of their schedule now. Coming up next Thursday, we've got the 9-3 Benilde St. Margaret's against this Minnetonka team. How good is that going to be?
Well, it's going to be great. A fabulous game. It's going to have a good, quick pace. I think that Benilde St. Margaret's is one of those teams that can actually, speed-wise, keep up with this Minnetonka Skipper scheme. Minnetonka just littered with experience and experience on the fly for this Red Knight team. But they, like I said, they've had a growth spurt in this tournament, so it's going to be a tightly contested game. It should be a fun one. Looking forward to it.
Played to center. Foss hounded by Lagerback. Lacombe, Lagerback. Petty goes for Motzko. Off the boards to center. Lagerback will regroup. Plays back for Krull. Lacombe. That's off the stick of Lagerback. Wide of the mark. Puck will be played back up to the line for Miller. And a delayed penalty on the call with 7:20 to go in the period for a slash.
Well, I think it's going to be Lacombe that's going to go for Minnetonka as well. So good opportunity for this Elk River team. Elk River's just guilty of trying too hard. There was a situation where they had 5 players within probably a 5-foot radius, and that just is effort, but you have to give yourself options. You can't just chase the puck around, and once you get the puck, you don't have many options. But on the power play, 7:20 left in the first period, down by 3. Elk River needs to make a push here.
It's a good chance for them to get where they need to be in this game. To the line, Foss with it, leaves over for Michaelis, back up for Foss. Foss sends a pass for Humphrey off to the right side. Mass to Humphrey from the corner, up to Michaelis as he'll walk to the top. Now it's going to be Humphrey from the corner. Long pass over for Foss, loads it up. Ooh, that one low and wide. The big Karen Michaelis nearly had to work his way around the linesman. Touch pass from Foss to Humphrey. Humphrey will circle back through center. Nice feed there. Michaelis puts on the brakes. Draws in Hendrickson. Foss lays over to the left side. Redirects, shot it on goal. Stop, nice job. Quickly suffocated there.
Well, really a nice sustained effort by Elk River, moving the puck with efficiency, getting it to the open man. Minnetonka's positioning is very solid, so really not a great opportunity, but I think that this power play, if there's going to be residual value to it, it's just Elk River possessing the puck in the offensive zone with some authority. Now they just need to get some shots on Charlie Glockner and force him to make some saves.
High from the point now. It's going to be Rickard who plays this to the left side for Ferry. Back down for Rickard. Behind the net they go. Working his way through traffic. It's Blake Johnson. And now Foss will watch as it's gathered in. Ooh, no, the puck kind of rattles away from Ferry as he'll regain control up high in his own zone with 40 to go in the man advantage. Foss cut off by Hendrickson. Nice angle there. Now Ferry with it, watched by Krull back behind, cut off by Glockner. Miller finds a piece of glass, but Foss comes over. Nice battle by Hendrickson again to play to center. Mass plays that over for Grenier. Back up the ice for Mass. 3 skippers across. Nice missile, but seen easily there by the goaltender. Now Foss loads up the wrister, bounces wide of the mark. Grenier back in behind, crawl with it. He finds an opening and sends it the length of the ice. Will that be an icing call? Yes, it will, as the penalty had expired. Well, so successful kill for the Skippers.
Yeah, in fact, they have such solid special teams. But again, looking at the positives for the Elk River Elks, they maintained possession in the zone, didn't really challenge Glockner as much as they wanted to, but maybe that can give them a little bit of comfort and a little bit of confidence possessing the puck through traffic.
Big face-off win. Nice job at the Grenier stick there. Now Michaelis will play this into the legs of Bayless. Now it's Lidke back behind for Doctor. His Newhouse with him. We put a little too much juice. A little too much air on that fly ball.
Right.
Hung up.
Well, again.
Tom Streeter camped underneath it in right center and made the catch. That is a can of corn.
Can of corn.
You know how that came about, right? The old saying? I've said it a million times. Can I go there?
Sure.
Learned this from, I don't know if it was one of the baseball games, Buck Martinez. Used to go get yourself a can of corn back in the old days. Top shelf. They'd knock it down with a stick and catch it. Can of corn. How about that?
A little fun fact for you.
That was back when you used to go buy your pixie sticks.
Goodness.
Are we going back there?
Yeah.
We are. If you were with us last game, we won't do it again, I promise.
Please.
Oh, was that good? Played ahead, sent right back in. Again, you think about 12 games, 3 days. The way these teams have played, some don't like to play back to back to back. I like it because it prepares you for the rigors of what tournament play is like. I mean, only 8 teams get to do it, but you also can put yourself in a position to use your depth.
That's
I don't think enough of that happens, frankly.
Well, in the way that I look at it as well, Pete, it's not physical fatigue, I think, that's going to be a concern for the kids. It's the mental fatigue playing 3 games in 3 nights, but it kind of gets them conditioned to a certain degree to be able to handle that.
You're right. I mean, it's both, though, don't you think, Bart?
Oh, sure, absolutely.
I watched Wayzata come out after playing last night. They get out of here probably about 10 o'clock after they had a bite to eat here, and they had a tough loss to Benilde, and they're playing at noon.
Yeah.
That's a quick turnaround.
And you start reaching for the puck, you start kind of doing things that are not characteristic of what you normally do. But again,
it forces you to play under duress. It's not so bad, I mean,
part of the process.
I totally agree.
Especially against good competition too.
From the corner, it's played out now by the Elks. Across the line, Ferry loads it up. Oh, that one deflects up over the top of the net. Miller bumps the boards. Wires was there. Now it's Johnson to play to neutral. Batted down with the glove by Patrick Wires. He's going to play this one in. Liam Worms to the corner, back behind the net. Nice job to submarine that would-be checker. Where is it? Someone broke a twig and someone's holding. That was Ferry. That was kind of making it work for a bit there, but they let it go. Left wing pass, quick one back on the stick. Back to Humphrey, let it go. That's blocked. He and Rickard played catch there across the line. And now it's going to be Grenier to play this one ahead. That one's stolen away from Petty as it's played back in. Now it's Lager back with a bull rush to the net. That was Drusilla rather than Petty. Sorry, 27, not 17. There he is working with Johnson. Grenier was there. Lager back. Lacombe back in behind for Lagerback. He's got Motzko trolling. Nice check there by Johnson off the end boards. It's a good battle there. They try to kick this one away. Lagerback, nice muscle play up to Doctor over for Lidke. Back for Doctor. Nice, ooh, look at that, how's she going? Just going out for a skate, holds it, shoots! Oh, and that clipped the goaltender. Look at this. This work by Doctor, Bart Archer.
Well, indeed, and him and Lidke very good together. But Doctor did a little dance, found some space.
One move.
That's one thing he can do, is he can create space from nothing in that respect. Got a good look at Esprum. Esprum gave him some stuff to shoot for. He tried to go top shelf. but up and out of play off the goaltender, so face-off is going to be to Esperum's right. 1:43 left in the second period. Elk River hanging on pretty well in the last 8 minutes of this period. They want to finish strong, I'm sure.
Foss plays this one back in behind. It's off the glass by Nielsen and up and out of play.
Yeah. In fact, Ethan Schultz almost got his head taken off, so he looked at him and shook his head a little bit, but faceoff's going to come back down.
He's got a helmet on. That's
Elk River zone. Well, he heard that one whistle by.
He doesn't need any compression cuts. How's that?
Well done. Very important faceoff for the Elks.
Many of these teams will be off now between now and next Thursday. Shot in on goal.
And look at where Esperum is. Hasn't lost any confidence. Just outside the blue. Received that one. Took away the high percentage shots. But again, traffic in front of Esperum. Elk River's got to do a little better job of blocking out. Give their goaltender better sight lines to these shots from the point.
Miller, that's off Newhouse stick. Foss up ahead. Miller again, claps that one off the boards. Nice positional play by the big man Foss as he's going to play it in deep. Just absolutely shivers his way through Crow. There's a big hit on Miller. I'd like to run into Foss out there. Goodness. Uh-oh, they got a breakaway. Here they go. And on goal, Streeter knows what to do with it. Oh, and Esperum makes the save. And a second save. 2 shots in a row there.
Well, it's got to be a confidence builder, but it was Streeter that came in all alone, put a good shot on glove side, but Esperum flashed the leather, as you said, and then a nice follow-up save as well. But Minnetonka, once they get behind the defense, they get the puck on the stick. Everybody takes a cumulative sigh, but a sigh of relief as Esperum makes a good save. Just 53 seconds left. Another offensive zone face-off for Minnetonka.
Kittleson bulldozed down to the ice. We gets the extra house going there from Nielsen. They say that's okay. Now it's going to be butchered. Cross the line, 33, look out. Oh, what a save by Glockner. Flared the right pillow. That was a good one.
Well, Schultz tried to go far side on that one, but nice save by Glockner.
Hendrickson across the line, works on Nielsen, gets some support from Greniak. Now it's going to be Litke. Doctor has some room to walk. He's going to try to place that one through Esperum, the save, as it's played back up high to Doctor. Litke to Doctor, another save. That one wide of the mark. 15 shots so far for the Skippers here in the period. Doctor, oh, a shot and a save at the buzzer. How about that for a flurry?
Well, Esperum's done his job to keep his team in this game. He's made a couple of circus saves and really kept his team just only 3 goals down. But if you're Coach Ben Gustafson, you just have to go in and do a little tweaking. But they started to show some life in the second half of that period. But if you're Minnetonka, they just they're very comfortable with Litke and Doctor at the point. All 3 forwards go down and kind of flood the front of the net and create all kinds of havoc. But that's the confidence they have in those defenders to make the right decision. Elk River's got to get on their horse and start getting some offensive pressure. Look for that to happen in this next period.
3-0 the score after 1. We'll come back with the second period for you and more from the St. Louis Park Rec Center, home of the tradition in the park, and it's been a great week so far.
Number 3, Jess Lipke. Assist to number 2, Brent Doctor. And number 5, Jet Lee Swift. For Minnetonka at 8-17. Number 28, Liam Worms. Assist to number 15, Duke Kiffin. And number 5, Jet Lee Swift.
Yeah, I know I heard the one announcement, but I'm not really paying them that much attention. All right, where do you want to go? I need to go to the bed.
We welcome you back for period number 2. It's 3-0 in favor of the Minnetonka Skippers. The Tradition in the Park presented by TraditionCo.com. That's Tradition Companies. They've got all your homes from Tradition, Homes by Tradition. Robert Thomas Homes, got some mortgage action. They've got a title company built into there. Wealth management, Capital Bank, golf courses. TraditionCo.com. How about a scoring summer by Bart Archer?
Well, it was Minnetonka right out of the gate. At the 5:44 mark, it was Kiffin from Newhouse and Bayless. Then at the 7:44 mark, it was Litke from Doctor and Jet Lee Swift. And then at the 8:17 mark, to round out the first period scoring, it was Worms from Kiffin and Jet Lee Swift. Again, shots on goal that period. 16 for Minnetonka, 6 for Elk River. Elk River had one shot about 8 minutes into this game, so they started to show some offensive life. Benefit of a power play, but Elk River's got to get going, and got to get going right away, Pete.
Skippers will work it from left to right in their familiar blue and white sweaters. While the Elks in their white, red stripe, kind of the Les Habitants of Montreal. Stripe through the middle. Here to youth hockey tomorrow. We're going to have some great championship games from Braemar Arena. Have them posted here at the mnhockey.tv as well. Doctor for Litke. Wrist shot, blocker pad save. Turned aside to the right side. Streeter plays this one for a moment. Chopped in, nice job. Handled there. Litke shoots, save Esperum, rebound through the slot. Only one shot there. They didn't get anything else through as Esperum was sprawled. Kind of the Dominic Hasek style.
Boy, it had to be Dominic Hasek to keep the puck out of the net, but the puck just found Litke right on top of the right dot. His eyes got big, tried to go low, glove side about a foot off. Esperum made the initial save, but then the onslaught started. Minnetonka coming out with a lot of fire, and Elk River did a good job to kind of quell that, but again, a quick start by Minnetonka is not what the Elk River Elks need at this point.
Lacombe draws to the corner. Lagerback stripped of the puck, but Lacombe helps him out. Now it's going to be Matsko back over for Lagerback. Got a couple of heavy wingers, power forwards here on this line. Lacombe making up the speed. Well, they both have speed too, but these guys get real dirty on the end boards. Lacombe, Matsko. Lacombe comes back with it, back up to the line. Miller, Krull, wrist shot. There's what we're talking about, traffic that hits Matsko right in front. Miller back over for Lagerback. Into the corner. Matsko one-timer, Lagerback. Esperum steers that one up and out of play. Nice save by the Elks goaltender.
Yeah, he's kept his team in this game as it stands so far, but Minnetonka again cutting the rink in half and just keeping the play in the zone. It was a big shot by Lagerbach, who's no stranger to scoring goals for the Skipper squad, but Esperum, a nice job of ramping that up and out of play. Kind of hit the reset for this Elk River team.
Kittleson loses the draw to Johnson. They play the body to the boards. It's Henry to play back down. Oh, nice play by Kittleson in front. Here comes Kiffin to chip this one into the corner back behind. Hendrickson looks out front. Wrister, that one went high right off the goaltender and off the glass. He got a bit of his glove on that one, enough to deflect it off the trajectory to the nets. Back up ice, they go with Drusilla. He'll gain center and play this one into the pristine ice of the Minnetonka zone. It hasn't been really touched except for warm-ups. It's going to be Kiffin. Zitzloff. Now it's Hendrickson. Kittleson with Hendrickson to the net. Nice job by Foss to peel that one away. You can nudge him, but he's not going to go down. You saw that there. Kittleson across the line. Walks in back behind the net. He's watched on the play. Foss rather. Now it's Newhouse. Streeter with it. He has Hendrickson racing up on the play. Streeter, wrist shot, save. Esperum fought it a bit. They score! A second chance goal there, Bart Archer.
Yeah, it was all Foss trying to make something happen. Drove into the offensive zone, went for the big skate, tried to put it out front, but nobody went back and covered. So hence, it was Streeter that really came down one-on-one, but Minnetonka just overwhelmed him. It was Esperum that made that first shot, but the momentum of the puck carried it over the goal line. Now it's 4-0, 14-12 in the second period. Foss trying to make something happen, but the forwards have to come back and cover so you can match up in transition. They failed to do that. Giving Minnetonka too many opportunities.
4-0 now, your score. Newhouse from Streeter, 1 assist awarded to that one.
At the 2:48 mark.
Miller. Skipper team just comes so many ways. You know, you've got that the Comey line with Matsko and Lagerback that will just cycle you out of your misery in the corner. And then you come back with this line, which can work you off the rush. You've got the 2 defensemen that step up in the play with Doctor and Litke backdoor. Oh, what a save by Esperum. That one was labeled for the back of the net.
Well, I think Bayless thought that one was in, but Esperum did a nice job of closing that door. But Bayless in the right spot, right time.
Miller dances out of the zone as he gets away from Johnson in the neutral zone. Oh, and now Michaelis takes a stab at Miller, but he stays on the puck. It'll be turned back up ice by Stroh. There's a shot by Bayless that misses the mark. Now Newhouse, the game's most recent goal scorer, comes away with it. Leaves it off to the right wing. Krull, wrister, that hit Newhouse on its way in. Bayless to the corner. Now it's going to be Lagerback. Back for Bayless. Up high they go. Krull back over for Miller. Wrister through traffic. Nice save again by Esperum. There's a shot that's blocked on its way through. Now Lagerback gets it, and a whistle on the play.
Yeah, I think the net's off the mooring one more time. It's just a question where the whistle's going to be. But
he said outside.
Okay, initiated by Minnetonka there. But Minnetonka's just winning the races to the pucks, and they're gaining possession and winning the battles. Elk River, it's not from lack of effort. They're putting a good effort forward, but they just kind of pulling themselves out of position. They're taking themselves out. They're trying to do a little bit too much, but that's just from effort. They just have to settle down and get back to playing good positional hockey, and then they can have a chance at success.
Through center ice, it's going to be McMichaelis with it. Runs into Litke as the puck is played up to the far side. Ferry turns and shoots. That one sails through the slot area. Stick save made there and turned up off the boards by Glockner. Ferry walks and shoots, deflected off his stick. Oh, he sprawls, they score! The Elk River Elks get on the board, turn this one into a 4-1 affair. You'll see that Glockner got prone here, Bart Archer.
Yeah, he hasn't seen a lot of action, but that was Michaelis that actually finished that play out. But pretty good sustained pressure, kept it in the zone, and just kind of went to work, and it was a shallow angle, but Michaelis, as he's done so many times, didn't need much room and just put it past a sprawling Glockner. Now it's 4-1, a little energy on this Elk River squad, but finally got rewarded for some terrific effort. Minnetonka doesn't look like they're going to miss a beat. They're just back to the dot, ready to go back to work.
Scoring for Elk River at 4:46 in the second period, Zachary Michaelis. First assist, number 25, Zachary Euchert. Second assist, number 18, Jack Ferry.
Ferry gets the second assist.
Well,
Butcher gets the first.
Ferry was one that actually kept the puck in the zone and kept that play alive, so nice job by the defenseman.
Here come the Skippers. Shallow edge. They found their man up high. That was Kittleson with the bid. It was blocked on its way through. Big check there by Zitzloff. Hendrickson's going to leave that one back for Kiffin. Kiffin looks up ice through the center. Didn't like what he saw as they were all covered by Elks. Nice pass across the line on the tape. Henry to Hendrickson, who stood up by Ferry. Now Foss will guide it around to the left wing boards, and they look ahead for Michaelis. That's Humphrey there. He hits Hendrickson on the way out of the zone. And that's going to be bumped off the boards by Kittleson. Rink wide for Ferry. Ooh. Johnson came up with the mitts up top, but they didn't like that one.
Well, I think it was Swift that went into him, and I think it was Ferry that got his stick up to defend himself. I think he's going to go for a cross-check, and I think Swift took the front end of that one, or a high stick, one of the two. Pick your poison on that one, but just kind of the natural reaction in that play. But both players are going to go, so it's still going to remain 5-on-5, 10:57 left in the second period. I've said this many times on coincidental penalties. It's not 2 minutes they release you. It's 2 minutes and then the next whistle. And the way this game's been going, that might be, you know, it could be 2, 3, 4 minutes.
Yeah, they're both in here for high sticking, 2 minutes each, 5-on-5.
They both get high sticking minors.
Appropriate call.
Really well done. Love it. Puck is played back to center ice. Bart, who is the Elk River Zimmerman player with the infraction?
Oh, Elk River player. I'll have to dig into that, Pete.
Got it. Ferry gets the other high stick.
Ooh, nice
goal there.
Nice athletic save by Esperum on that one. He was in a vulnerable position, and he just made his upper body big, received that puck, and held onto it. Now he's trying to fish it out of his pad, or he's trying to do a equipment adjust, but trying moment. But once again, that Elk River goaltender kept that puck out of the net.
Lacombe will take the draw. Against Rickard. Elks get it to the left wing. Humphrey likes to get to that open ice. Looked for Mass, who was cut off on the play. And there it is. Wires shot that's sent back over the top of the goal. Litke comes across. Try to play that one down low. Instead, it's Rickard who'll just chip it to the front of the penalty box area. Humphrey at the line. Watched by Wires. Rister, stick safe, turned aside by Glockner to the near boards. They go with it. Sent right back in. Rickard behind the net. Jusilla is there. Now it's Wires with it on the breakout. Guides it along to the right wing side for Worms. He's dumped on the play by Foss, who's had a really good game here tonight. Elks are good at the line with 9:40 to go in the second period. 4-1 your score. Foss reaches back and sends that in. Litke now for Doctor. Back up to the line it goes. Cross it. Stick save. Turned aside by Esperum from that bid by Wires. And now they're going to play it back into the center ice area. Krull too far for Bayless. Foot race. Foss, though, under control. Shivers Bayless. Boy, this Foss is a good-looking D-man, my friend.
He's smart.
Yeah, his positioning is really good. Moves well. Krull, wrister. Oh, that hurt on its way in. That caught, was that Mass up high? It did. He's shaking it off on the arm. That didn't feel good.
No, I think that's to be it.
Yep. Now it's going to be Krull. This is 5-on-5 as they're stuck through. Let's kick back into the corner. Foss, nice positional play there. Nice job to clear that one to center. Now it's going to be the Skippers who play that ahead. Oh, here comes Streeter in on goal. He'll go to the forehand and the backhand. Scores! Streeter with a beautiful goal there.
Well, it's a second period of consequence because Elk River, trying to get the tired legs off the ice, left him a little bit vulnerable. It was Streeter that found himself all alone, went in on Esperum, drew him to one side, and then pulled it back out, puck to the other. Esperum did a nice job of trying to close that door, but the momentum of that play just put the puck over the goal line. So nice effort by Streeter. I think he did the move that he wanted, and he had success. But it all started earlier in that with the line change from Elk River. You have to pick your spots, but it's hard to defend with tired legs, so you understand why they're trying to get some fresh bodies out there.
Streeter did run out of real estate there, Bart, so that's what he was trying to go there, and then it just kind of
got in a little deep.
Yep.
Scoring for Minnetonka at 8:41 of the second period. Number 8, Griffin Streeter. Assist number 29, Jack Bayless. Streeter from Bayless.
Single assist goes to Bayless on that one. Stick save turned aside by Esprim. That's shot number 29. It's 29-9 shots on goal right now. 7 minutes and 46 to go in the period. The 5-1 lead for the Skippers. Michaelis plays this one to the slot, gets it back from Butchard. And now it's going to be Lacombe. Across the line behind Esprim to the far corner. Stroh is going to try and ring it back, but Lacombe makes the read and gets the body on him, forces the turnover, but nice job down low to break out of the zone. Butchert has Humphrey at the line. Humphrey takes over, tries to cut to the slot. Now Stroh pushes that one through. That hits a stick on the way. And now it's going to be a nice little move there by Doctor for Lagerbach. Turned over at the line. Henry comes away with it, looks back up. He had Hendrickson opening up, back to the left side for Doctor. Doctor stick handles and just sort of goes for the skill. Look at him go. He says, okay, I mean, we'll just reset here. I mean, he regroups in the offensive zone, Bart Archer.
Well, and he has the talents to do that, but what he does is create space and opens up some other players for some options. So, a very difficult player to defend against.
Litke, far side for Doctor, chips it down to the corner. That was for Henry. Hendrickson off the boards for Doctor to Litke. He was covered to Doctor. They get it away from the covering defenseman so quick, and the other one's open. They get it across the line from D to D, as well as anybody I've seen together in high school hockey.
Well, even
and that includes Corey Peterson and Mike Crowley of the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars back in the day.
I don't disagree with you. In fact, that's a really nice example, but you know it's coming, but you still can't defend it, and that's what's even more impressive about it.
Litke looks ahead. Newhouse has stood up on the play as it trickles in on goal. And Esprim will cover that one up.
Well, if it was a first or a third period, he may not have, but during the second period. But they're going to go with the personnel, but it'd be a great time for Elk River if they had tired legs to change lines, but they have fresh legs out there. But I think in second period, goaltenders are going to save the puck, especially Elk River, so they can get a chance to get some fresh bodies out on the ice.
Well, I always tell my goalies, cover anything you can.
Yep.
Don't pretend to be a D-man because you're not. Most of them. Down on the play goes a Elk. It was Johnson up the ice, off the face-off, and through center ice it goes. Elks again from center ice, wide of Glockner. Kroll will come away with it as he looks to the right side for Streeter, who makes the play. Gets that in deep. He's going to chase this one back in behind the net. Streeter back up to the line for Miller to Kroll. Kroll the snapper, Esprim the save, and a quick cover up there for him.
Well, a little better job by Elk River to block people out. Esprim had good sightlines on that shot from Kroll. Kroll, one of the offensive defense, and we talk about Litke and we talk about Doctor so much, but this second unit that they have on here, as far as Miller and Kroll, they're certainly offensively capable. And that wasn't a hard shot to save for Esprim, but they're getting their opportunities, and that's, I mean, if they don't get you from the forwards, they'll get you from the back line. So Minnetonka, very difficult to defend against.
Pushed back through center ice. Zitzloff will come away with it. Left wing on the breakout, that's deflected away. Wires was there. Now it's the Elks turning this one back up ice. Michaelis hounded on the play, watched by Kiffin. Now Zitzloff off the boards. Ben Gustafson had a stick coming right at him. He bailed, he had nowhere to go. He tried to go through the wall and it didn't go anywhere. Now it's Humphrey with it. Oh, they're going to get a tripping call coming up on Worms. And there's your whistle.
Well, Humphrey's one of those deceptive players. When he moves his feet, he's as good as anybody, and he's a big body too, deceptively fast, but he's got really nice hands. And just a bit of a quick misdirection by Humphreys negated that or called that penalty, but he stayed with the play, actually followed up with a good shot on goal that Glockner put harmlessly into the corner, but a great opportunity for the Elks to cut this lead. Down 4 goals, 4:23 left in the second period.
Can I call it like it is, Bart Archer?
Sure.
That's some of the worst camera work we've had all weekend right there. Kidding. I mean, believe us, it was Humphrey, or it was Worms.
Whatever confidence Maddie had was just
I know.
stripped.
He's about ready to walk away from the camera and say, "You're done." I'm just kidding you, buddy.
You know that Wags likes you when he picks at you a little bit.
What a man, Ken Pauley. I left my jacket, my hat in his office. We did a great Pauley's podcast. He's going to be playing these Skippers coming up next Thursday. A homecoming of sorts for Ken Pauley. Oh, ancient history. Okay, well, he'll be taking his Red Knights into Minnetonka. But he does know what a skipper is. And he was one. Thanks, buddy. I was bummed out because now I can dress warmly going to the car.
There you go. You were concerned about that, obviously, with 13-degree temperatures.
I might make the transition to it right now.
Face up outside the Elk River zone. Minnetonka just preceded Minnetonka a minute. 18 seconds left on the penalty. So Elk River power play just need to get some shots.
Ferry gathers in, watched by Hendrickson. Now it's going to be handed off to the D-man Miller. Hendrickson wins the battle there and sends it the length of the ice.
Better hurry.
57 to go on the power play. As it was Foss under duress there, a little pressure. Foss again. Hits a man on the way through, that's Crow. Up in the air it goes.
Well, Elk River taking chances, Pete. 4 guys behind the goal line, so they're pulling out all the stops, trying to flood the zone.
Win the battles to those pucks for sure. As that one works its way through everyone and back into the Elk zone.
Wow, nice job of navigating by Ferry on that one.
And here they come across the line. Henry with Hendrickson to the forehand. Oh, and Esprim sprawls to make the save.
Well, Hendrickson did a nice job to actually put that puck in a position where he could put a shot on goal. So very athletic by him. But it was Henry that really spearheaded that one, grabbed the puck, gained the zone, and put on Hendrickson in his skates. But Hendrickson did a nice job of putting that back in his forehand and putting some pressure on Esprim. Did a nice job of keeping the puck out of the net. And that's shorthanded, no less. So face off in the Elk River zone. On the power play, so Minnetonka with another outstanding kill.
The moral of the story is get your shots on goal and good things can happen.
You got to get the shots first.
Back into the corner it goes. We're at full strength now. 32 to 9 are your shots on goal. I'll make that 10 and a nice save there by Glockner.
Well, it was a good shot by Greniak on that one. He had some pressure coming out of the penalty box, so he got that shot off pretty quick, and it was deflected, I believe, by Mass in front, but Glockner, nice adjustment at the last moment to keep that puck out of the net. 2:14 left in the second period.
Wires, nice job to poke that to safety. Humphrey wraps him up on the play.
Careful.
Wires is there, back in behind the, look at Bart Archer. Wires, nice pass there as he looked for Kittleson. And they're going to play this rink wide. That's off a stick of Wires. Now that was played ahead. Nice job by Lipke to find Kittleson. Kittleson stopped by Stroh. Plays that ahead. Humphrey gets a stick on that one. Back in behind, too far. But it's going to be poked back to the corner for Kittleson. Kittleson will leave back in behind the net. Body check thrown there. Kittleson again turns away from traffic, protects the puck. 1:26 to go in the second session. 5-1. Skipper lead here. Doctor for Litke. Creates some space. Wrist shot in on Esprim. It's been really good tonight. Skipper, the Elk goaltender, has been rock solid for them.
He's really had to be. I mean, you look at the scoreboard, you see 5 goals in the second period, and you think the goaltender's having a bad day. Well, there's just been, he's been hit with a lot of shots, and he's gotten himself in front of many difficult ones, and he's risen to the occasion, but he's kept his team within striking distance, so to speak. Not an easy thing to do against Minnetonka, but Esprim's turned in a fine performance tonight.
Cross center ice in front of the penalty box area. The Elks with energy toward the net. That's broken up. Chopped at there by Ferry. This Elks team is going to figure into some Section 7 AA drama at some level. You know that.
Well, they have such a great tradition at Elk River, and Coach Gustafson knows his players quite well. It's a process. The regular season, just get ready for sections, but they've run into some challenging times of late. I mean, the Edina Holiday Tournament was against some pretty good competition. They faced a good Cloak 18 yesterday. They got the Cypher off the scoreboard, so they got their first goal. They just got to get back to playing Elk River hockey, and that's just skating their lanes and doing their job. I think tonight they're just trying to do too much, and it's compromising what their intentions are.
Fanned on through center, Lacombe. Now it's Motzko. He has some help along the way. Big collision off the far boards. Shallow angle, they score! That's Lager back there, Bart Archer.
Well, it looked like a harmless play. It was a big body check down in the corner, but the puck squirted free, and it was Lagerbach that took the puck and went short side and banked it actually off Esperum, and it just trickled in. But now it's 6-1, 31.7 seconds left, and I think we're looking at a somewhat dejected Elk River squad. Giving up a goal in the final minute is not, especially a goal that could have been stopped, but Minnetonka can come at you from so many different ways and so many different people that it's very difficult to defend.
James Miller.
Yep.
See a single assist on that one. Even strength marker. Four seconds to go in the period as the Elks will work it across the line, and we'll walk into the third period with a 5-goal Skipper lead as they're resting comfortably here. As we'll take a quick timeout, we'll come back. We'll have more in about 10 minutes coming up for you. VMNhockey.tv.
Two periods of play, Minnetonka 6, Elk River 1. Second period scoring summary at 2:48 for Minnetonka. Number 10, Hunter Newhouse. Number 8, Griffin Streeter. At 4:46 for Elk River. Number 9, Zachary Michaelis. From number 25, Zachary Bugert. And number 18, Jack Ferry. Minnetonka at 8:41, number 8, Griffin Streeter. Number 29, Jack Bayless. And Minnetonka at 16:28, number 34, Teddy Lagerbach. From number 21, James Miller.
first game. He's like, he said, what did you say? He said,
both high sticks.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, well, what is he in here for? He said, high sticks. Well, he didn't say they both got high sticks. It's like,
They didn't know what I called for that. I had to call them both. One guy comes in to hit him up, the other guy puts him, and they both get each other into feints.
like, well, my arm shot up too.
Here we go. We get ready to start the third period. The Minnetonka Skippers and the Elk River Elks. Bart Archer, what do you expect here?
Well, I just think Elk River needs to play 17 minutes of solid hockey and just move forward from this. Coming back to Minnetonka being 5 goals down is a very tall order. Just play the right way, win the period, play intelligent hockey, and maybe you can chip your way back into this. But just get some good feelings coming out of this tournament. It's been a tough tournament for Elk River overall, just scoring goals. They're certainly capable, but they've run into kind of a hornet's nest at least tonight.
Oh, was that foreshadowing?
I'm not that smart.
You cannot take the hornet out of the nest.
No. That stings, Pete.
Oh, wow, Bart Archer. There's a shot by Ferry that misses the mark. And now the skipper Streeter walks in on goal. That one misses the mark as Foss is going to wrestle his man back in behind the net.
They're going to take them both. And I think that's going to be Newhouse and Foss. Well, Streeter showed some good speed to gain the zone. It was Foss that kind of interrupted his shot, kind of a lazy shot, but I think it fooled Esperum a little bit, and that was a consequence of that.
2 minutes for holding. Yeah. 5 on 5, nothing on the board.
Holding minors for each. You hear that? 5 on 5, nothing on the board. So, Bart, we just pick up where we left off.
Right. Well, Elk River showing some good energy to start this period. That's something that they failed to do in the first and the second period, so encouraging for Coach Gustafson. Here we go.
Chance in front. Back in behind the net it goes.
Offsetting holding minors at 1:03 of the third period. Elk River number 22, Joseph Fox. Minnetonka's number 10, Hunter Newhouse.
Oh, good fallout by Lacombe.
Back in behind the net now. It's going to be the Elks. Left wing on the breakout. Johnson with it. Lacombe gets the stick in on him. He'll flutter this one to center. Hendrickson. Oh, look at that. Inside out. He has a look. Esperum there to make the save.
Like came out and challenged. Hendrickson kind of took that openings away from him, but Hendrickson showed good speed on that with puck control.
Back to the corner. Played along to Hendrickson, jammed on the play. Now it's going to be the Elks back up through center ice. Sends that one in. No icing on the play. Zitzloff will regroup back in behind his own net. Oh, there's a pass that springs Kittleson to the backhand. Score! No! Really?
Might want to go.
I think the linesman looked over. The linesman just looked right over at the ref. I think we're going to have a discussion on this one. It's going to be too late for me to run the replay. That went in. Okay, boom. Let's see if the linesman goes right over to him.
Well, that did look like it went in, kissed off the inside of the net and then off the post.
If you're watching this live, you can rewind your DVR player and give it a look. They're going to ask him to get some help.
Oh, Kittleson showed some nice speed on that. It was a nice
I swear, Bart, the linesman started to skate toward that ref because I think he saw it in the net. We'll see. Well, if it wasn't, he had a good look at it from up by the blue line in front of the Elk River bench.
Well, and then once Minnetonka kind of relaxed a little bit, it was Michaelis that came down, put a pretty good shot on Glockner, and he made a nice save. But, well, they're taking the necessary time right now. They're deliberating about it. But it looks like it's going to be a face-off down in the in the Minnetonka zone, so they're going to negate that. What possibly could have been a goal looked like it was in from here, but really a nice effort by Kittleson to pull Esperum out and put a shot behind him. But just the benefit of 2 posts is what we're going to go with. Kept that puck out of the net.
We tried to look at it on our phone here on we rewound the deal. Our replay setup is where we could get it 10 seconds from the play. I mean, it's high tech with the HD video that we're throwing at you, but I mean, there's a shot in on goal. Oh, could this be a turn of events? 3 shots in a row in on the goaltender, Glockner. Nothing gets to the back of the net. It remains 6-1 with 13:46 to go in the period.
Well, great effort by Elk River. Continuous pressure on that, but if you notice, the team in blue up by 5 goals, and they have 3 guys in the crease supporting their goaltender, so they're going to play till the buzzer, but they're going to make Elk River earn everything they get. But what a great opportunity it was for Elk River. That's got to give them a little energy, a little confidence moving forward.
That one wide of the mark. Crawl too far for Miller. Mass will get to the corner. Mitch Mass on it. Slot. Ooh. Just wide by Humphrey. Off the side of the net. Wow, the Elks have been fueled here by that break they got. Maybe it hit the posts one way or the other. Didn't go in. That off the stick of Newhouse. Hard off the glass. Did that hit the official?
Hard off the referee as well.
Oh.
Boy, that had a sting. He looks like he's
Man,
okay, though.
Why would you ref? I mean, you just get yelled at all the time.
Well,
you need them, too, so don't get me wrong.
No, it's a special breed of people, and they're very valuable to the game of hockey at every level, especially the high school level. I think they do an outstanding job.
Newhouse, left wing side for Bayless. Now Lagerback tries to work his way through traffic. Ooh, whistles that one through the goal mouth area. Krull's going to have to reach in the neutral zone and regroup. Lays it back over for Miller. Back up ahead he goes. Lagerback, Newhouse shot, save Esperum. Fought that one off. Shots on goal are 36-15 now for the game. The score reads, of course, as you see, 6-1 with 12:25 to go in the period. Zitzloff deflected up off the stick of Jusilla, and the face-off inside the Elk River zone.
Well, really an energetic start by the Elks to start this period, but it looks like Minnetonka is starting to kind of take the play back away from them. Elk River getting bottled up in their own zone again, but that's that active defensive core for Minnetonka. They do not leave the blue line too early ever. In fact, they have the confidence to hang in that blue line until it gets to be a bit of a trying situation, but they have success more often than not.
Stroh guides it ahead to the left wing. Back up out of the zone. It's Schultz. Stopped at the line, and the skippers regroup with 12:10 to go in the period. Litke pushed that one ahead. Butchert plays it in. Now it's Litke back in behind for Doctor. Off the boards for Motzko. He'll lay it over to the oncoming Litke to the right wing side for Lagerback. Watched by Stroh, stutter step. Did that get a piece of Esperum, Bart Archer?
Just on top of the shoulder.
All right. Nice save there off the side of the cage. Motzko is in back behind with Lacombe. Foss watches Motzko. That's a heavyweight battle from the corner. Lacombe plays it right back away from Foss. Motzko says, thanks, I'm going to hit again. Now Lacombe comes with it, as it's going to be Lagerback that was there. Doctor keeps it alive as he walks to the slot, shovels a backhand in on goal. Nice save by Esperum. And there is a pileup like you wouldn't believe.
Well, and I think Minnetonka got the first down on that one, but a little extracurricular after the whistle. Still has some emotion in this game, but a nice push forward by this Minnetonka skipper team. Esperum and crew did a nice job of keeping that puck out of the net. Net off the moorings again in a trying situation. So Not a bad situation for the Elks. They get a chance to put some fresh legs out there, but as does Minnetonka. But it's been all Minnetonka the last 2 or 3 minutes after a good start by Elk River. 2 players are going to go to the box, and that's, I think that's Buchert. And I guess I didn't.
Couple of minors for roughing. We know that much for sure.
Well, I didn't see what Minnetonka player.
I think it's Lagerback, buddy.
Okay, thank you. But something had to be called in that scrum. Just keep control of this game. Faceoff going to come outside the zone. Esperum with a little quick equipment adjustment.
Motzko is the one that got the minor penalty. And there's Buchert on the other side for the back behind the net it goes. It's going to be set up by Glockner as they look to work this one out of the zone. Foss with it, turns away from traffic. Nice job as he works his way past wires, loads it up. That's high off the, stays in play. The high roof, love it here at the rec center.
Against the odds.
I know. Well, I guess that answered my question. What if it rolls through?
Right, but Foss did a nice job of actually controlling that puck. Couple good escapes, and he's got that heavy shot too. He's really done what he can to kind of help his Elk team have some success tonight.
Off the long scrum from the wall, the puck will be played by Kittleson into the corner. He looked to find Newhouse. They come together off the 2-on-2 scrum. Ooh, that gets under the stick of Krull as he's going to regroup. Over for Miller to the near side across center. Gains the line and calmly tucks it back in behind Esperum. Fanned on partially there by Kiffin, got a piece of it. And the Elks look to transition out of the zone. That hit a skipper player on the way out. I believe that was Henry. Krull off the boards. Henry swats it back in. Hendrickson will be the first in. Flushes the D-man out of the zone. That's Ferry to the right side. Cross the line for Humphrey. Tries to cut to the middle, and Hendrickson just takes the stick and takes the puck away. Back across the line. Stood up on the play is Bisick, and it's played back into the neutral zone, controlled by Ferry. Ferry plays back to Humphrey on the right wing. Guides it ahead for Michaelis. Watched by Miller. Michaelis shot blocked off the stick of Miller. Off the glove, and that one trickled. That was working its way toward the goal line.
Boy, great job by Michaelis not to quit on that play. He made that opportunity happen with effort.
Hendrickson hard after Ferry, who fights out. Nice job by the D-man to fight off that forecheck. Here comes Ferry. Uses the feet to make some room. Ooh, cut to the forehand as he ran out of real estate. Kind of pulled up once he got to the line. It's a good time to move it for you young kids at home. Litke to the right side for Streeter. Newhouse with him. Bayless steps on the ice now. Streeter bothered by Stroh. They go down, or Stroh at least goes down, and on top of the puck he goes.
Well, look at where Stroh is, though. He's on the stick side of Streeter, and that's where you want to be. Limit his forward progress. But these forwards on this Minnetonka skipper team, and both players are now out of the box, is very difficult to contain. Not just Elk River, but other teams have had fits trying to keep up with this skipper team. I think their speed is just overwhelming this Elk River team tonight. Boy, they got a lot of guys that can scoot on this squad.
Right wing, center, near side for Doctor. Chips over for Litke. On the tape for Bayless. Got to hurry as Stroh is on him. Oh, here's Newhouse. He wanted to go up top. Esperum slides over. Did he get his blocker pad on that? Nice save there Boy, does he look good. That's the 40th shot on goal.
Yeah, another nice save by Aspram. But it all starts back in the back line. It's Litke and Doctor, and then he sprung, it was Bayless, I think, coming up the gut, and nice sequence of passing just opened it up for Newhouse. Put a pretty good shot on goal, but another good save, as we said, by Aspram. Net off the
Shot
mooring
by
again.
Newhouse again. That was caught by the goaltender. Goalie says to the ref, "Hey man, it's 7:40 left in the third. I'm under siege. I'm a little fatigued. Come on, we're good here. I just, you know what? I clipped it. I'm sorry." Bayless. That's what I would have said.
Yeah.
What a dude. Come on. It's not like I want to stay here any longer. Bayless plays that one up to the line. Kiffin. You can ask Dan Walt, former official. He'd hear that stuff out of me. Zitzloff to the corner. Rister, that's pushed wide of the mark. Bayless now. Back up to Kiffin. Zitzloff. Rister took a little something off that one, but that was Foss. Physical presence from the blue line. Nice play by him. Chip to the glass to center. And now it's going to be the Skippers regrouping back in their own zone with Zitzloff. Foss cuts off that long pass intended for Bayless. Again, that's blocked by Zitzloff. 6:51 to go in the period. Michaelis walks and shoots. Does that one get through, Bart Archer? I don't think it does.
I don't think it did either.
And there's a chance off the side of the cage. That's stopped and covered up
Well,
by
again,
Glockner. He's
solid.
taking two more. He's
Well,
just not taking any heat from anybody
No, keeping control of the
No
game. This
problem
is the
there.
kind of game that the wheels can come off. But they're doing a good job of keeping control of this game. If something happens after the whistle, they're going to spend time in the box. And it looks like it's going to be Nick Henry for sure. And it looks like it's going to be Bouchard again for Elk River. Bouchard's not a small man. He's inflicting his will, but couldn't spend 2 minutes in the box. We're still 5-on-5, 6:44 left in this third period. Minnetonka leads Elk River 6-1.
Face-off controlled by the Skippers. Back up through center ice. Shot by Kittleson misses the mark. Delayed penalty.
It's going to be a tripping penalty as well.
Roughing for each of them.
It's going to be Jack Ferry for Elk River that's going to take that tripping penalty. Minnetonka on the power play. Minnetonka, again, you don't want to give them too many opportunities with the man advantage. But I think Elk River's really played a pretty good period. So far they've been trading punches. They have given Minnetonka some zone time, but they've done a pretty good job, a better job of defending and minding their positions. Minnetonka's got a great opportunity to build on this lead.
That was a tripping penalty, right, Bart Archer?
Correct.
Put it into the little sports engine platform here. Sent back down the wall. Done a lot of stuff in my career. This is something else. Scoring games, doing replays.
And you're keeping your head above water.
There's not a good times.
Temporary
Jimmy
layoff.
Walker.
Temporary layoff tonight so you can get some
Florida
sleep.
Evans.
Come on back to work tomorrow. The 1:27 left in the penalty. 5:51 left in this third period. Kind of plotting, whistle to whistle. But Elk River doing a good job of defending. I really like the fact that they haven't quit. They haven't folded the tents. They're coming out and playing
There's
like
scouts
it's
here, buddy.
Well,
and they're
absolutely.
playing like they are. And then they're playing for pride. And, you got to turn the scoreboard off sometimes.
Absolutely. Play like it's a tie game.
Doctor fights off a check through center, try to dangle through the slot. Stays on it as he'll continue to carry the puck up high. He'll give back over to the right side. Bayless down low. Streeter's shot. Nice save, Esprim. He'll shut the door there.
Yep, good support by the Elks defenders, though.
Litke, his stick forsaked him off the heel. Give him credit. He didn't look at it like it was the stick's fault.
He's accountable.
One of the few.
Right.
Doctor with it.
Somebody
I
had to
love
say
that
way,
when you
so
go
I
to
like
the
that.
toe. You do it with the club, don't you?
Oh, every time.
It's just good. Foss going to spring a man. Oh, that was Michaelis who had to go to his left to come away with it, and the angle taken by Bayless. Nice job to break that up. 27 to go in the Skipper power play. It's Bayless at center ice. He'll work it across the line. Back into the corner it goes. He's jammed heavily by Mass. There's a 3-on-2 battle. You have 3 blue sweaters. Fought off there by Lagerback. He goes down in a heap. Back up to the line. Miller. Now it's going to be Bayless. Ooh, gets away from a check. Bayless with it. Watched by Stroh. That's going to do it for the penalty now. We still have the coincidentals chilling in the box. There's a shot. That's deflected. That one wide of the mark. 4:15 to go in the third. It's 5-on-5 now in the Elk River zone. Stroh comes away with it. Lays that one ahead for Humphrey. And here he goes across the line. Krull. Now it's going to be Lagerback. Motzko across the line. Lacombe with him. Lost the line as he was forced out by Johnson on a fine play. Stroh takes over for the Elks. Angles a pass off the wall. Gathering that in is Schultz, who plays that behind the net. Krull is there. He's bothered by Schultz. Now Miller will have to catch up to this one with 3:39 to go here in the period. These teams are playing strong to the final buzzer, and I love it. Kittleson works his way through traffic, blows through and scores!
Well,
wow, Kittleson, no doubt about it.
I was just going to say no doubt about that one. They don't have to go to Toronto for the review, but Kittleson just has great foot speed, and he's very deft with the puck. He just managed his way through traffic, went in all alone on Esprim and beat him clean on that one. Don't need to go to the replay for that. 3:28 to go in regulation time. Elk River putting a good effort in, but Minnetonka dented the twine again.
So we have a runner. We have a runner.
Yeah, that's got to take a little of the confidence away from Elk River, but I like the way that they play. They played with a lot of character, and they're playing until the final whistle. Something to be said for that.
This Tonka team's improving to 11-0 on the season. Very impressive. Will Krull picks up the single assist on that one. Even strength marker. 43-17 are your shots on goal here for this one. Hendrickson across the line. Ooh, shivered by Ferry. Mitz got up a bit high there. Ferry and Hendrickson again, exchanging pleasantries. Now Mass. Or Tevet rather, from center. Good to see he's no worse for wear from that shot he took off the arm. It was a blast. Nielsen looks back to the left wing side. Schultz now hits Hendrickson with it, comes back with it. They'll walk it across the line. That block goes up off the feet of the defenseman, Litke. Now Litke will work it out of the zone, 3-on-2. Rink wide for Bayless. Oh, nice pass there. And the entry, Litke loads it up, and a glove save and a beauty. Wow, watch this one.
Well, it was a nice pass by Litke up to Bayless, and Bayless waited for Litke to get into the zone. Once Litke got in the zone, he skated to space high in the slot, let one rip. But a great glove save by Esprim. That might be the best save of his night. He's made a couple of them.
That was terrific.
Boy,
look at the goaltender there.
Esprim started this year kind of sluggishly, but as we saw in the holiday tournament, I even said it openly. I said this is a good goaltender that just needs some confidence.
Great last year for this team.
Absolutely.
There's a shot in on goal. Again, another save by Esprim. Walk out of here playing very, very well. Sent in deep. That by Mitch Mass. Check off the end boards. That by Schultz. Now Bayless ahead for Newhouse. That was Johnson actually with the check. Now Newhouse. He has Streeter going to the net. They're winding down to 1:05 to go in the period. Johnson tries to play it up the boards, and that's going to dribble into the skipper zone for an icing call. We'll bring it back into Elk River territory with 52 seconds and counting to go here in the third period. This is the only game the whole weekend where the clock ran. And we had 1-2 goal games, empty netters. One 3-goal game. We had a ton of that. I mean, it's 12 games, and of them, I think 9 were decided by 2 goals or less or something like that. And when you want to get a weekend of great hockey, and Bart, the amount of scouts that were here, incredible. Lagerback shot saved by Esprum.
Well, there's a lot of talent being offered from a lot of these teams. But Pete, you talked about the shot disparity with Minnetonka as opposed to Elk River, but you know, those are just the shots on goal. Just think of all the attempted shots that Minnetonka's had, and when they
hit some glass too. Yeah, you're right.
When they get their groove going, they're very difficult to contain.
Kiffin had the 0-2 count and finally slapped it up the middle for a base hit there. Nice work. I'm sure Paul Twangy will have him solicited for the baseball team at Minnetonka.
Well, another big win by this Minnetonka Skipper team. They flexed their offensive muscles tonight, but they also showed a fine example of how to defend. Keeping a pretty capable Elk River squad to under 20 shots is not a small feat to do, but Minnetonka remains undefeated, as you said, and we're looking forward to that contest at the Pagel with this Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knight squad. That should be a good one.
It is going to be a great one at the Pagel Activity Center.
I'd like to thank all the teams that participated in this tournament, provided a wealth of excitement and entertainment over these last 3 days. Kind of sad to see it come to an end. A little bit melancholy so far, but again, great effort by all the teams represented. We appreciate their efforts tonight, and I'm sure the fans will walk away.
Yeah, we were talking about that, how you have such a great weekend with all these great teams that are here. You have tons of people in the hockey world that you like to hang out with here at the rec center. You've got the scouts that are in full force as we see it all here. There's a great media scout room that we have some great meals provided by John Barger, who was off for a year, come back strong, and we've had some great hockey games. And you know, you and I will take a few days off and be back at it on Thursday. I won't, because I'll be back at it tomorrow with the championship games at the Pee Wee B1, Pee Wee A, and Bantam B1 levels of the Edina Invitational Tournament. We'll have those on the EHA website as well. We'll post those. Matt Harrington and I will post those games on the Edina or the mnhockey.tv site as well. Plenty to go over there. And additionally, Bart, I'll have more championship games from that very St. Have a great New Year. What's happening on Thursday? Oh, it is. We're all over it.
That's true.
Oh, great
Unofficial.
call.
Absolutely.
Can I promo that? We're promoting that's the championship. Both teams ran the table. Minnetonka, Benilde St. Margaret's, each 3-0 here at the Holiday Classic, and we're going to play for the title.
I like it.
We should get a little cup. Don't put it past me, Tom. That is perfect. I love it. Thanks, buddy. Tom Streeter, the great guy. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Be safe.
And by the way, Happy New Year to everyone else as well.
Absolutely.
So Tuesday we're going to have those other championship games coming up from the Edina Tournament too. The Bantam AA field is loaded, so you get a sneak peek at what's coming up here from some of those games. You know, we've got an Edina Jefferson game we did a few years ago that has 5,000 views.
How about that?
So it's good stuff.
I might come and join you tomorrow. If I can catch up with all my tasks at home.
I'll be at Braemar West.
I might be there with you.
Bellied up. That's going to do it, folks. Everybody have a safe and happy New Year. We've had a blast here this week, and we'll be here again next year. There's some great announcements that we're going to have as well with John Barger. For Matt Harrington and Bart Archer, from Earnhardt Jaworski to Sidney Henches to Todd Grover to John Sands to Patrick Lilia. Anybody else I'm missing that were a part of our team this weekend?
Jerry Burrow.
Oh, and Jerry
for
Burrow.
his emotional support.
Ken Pauley and Pauley's podcast is on iTunes. Check it out. Goldie's podcast. We're recording that this week. That's going to be great. We'll have a Stars Weekly for the Academy of Holy Angels. I've got a hawk dish that I'm putting in the can with Fred Bandel, the scout of the Florida Panthers, with a really good look at what is going on out there. The final score here is 7-1 Minnetonka over the Elk River Elks. For Bart Archer, I'm Pete Wagner. Everybody, Happy New Year. Be safe. So long, everybody.